Hello everyone, welcome to another Friday new product post here at SparkFun Electronics. We got a couple things for your single board computer fans and something for you LED fans. Let's see what we've got for this week. First up, we've got a new board for all you Raspberry Pi owners out there. This is the Pi Wedge. The Pi Wedge is a very simple way for you to get access to all the GPIOs that are on the Raspberry Pi. On a Raspberry Pi you have this big bank of headers, which is pretty much all the communication that the Raspberry Pi has, and you typically connect it with like a ribbon cable, but then what? So we've made this simple little board which comes as a kit, so you do have to do some assembly. It's just basic through-hole soldering on this. You put this together and it allows you to plug into a breadboard like this. Comes with this included ribbon cable that plugs in there, and then the other end plugs into your Pi like that. So now it gives you the ability to talk to an FTDI. We've got a couple capacitors here for the power rails, and then you have all the pins labeled right there. So it makes prototyping with Raspberry Pi pretty easy. So if you're looking to do a little bit more prototyping with the Raspberry Pi, check out the Pi Wedge.
Let's talk about these new 8mm addressable LEDs. They are in epoxy packages just like your standard LEDs. They come in an 8mm size, but the trick with these is that each of them has a WS2811 shift register built into them. Now this is a pretty common part now. A lot of the smart LED strips, like the ones that we sell, or like the NeoPixel line from Adafruit, use a similar controller, and they're all controlled using the same set of libraries for Arduino or Teensy or all sorts of microcontrollers. The great thing about these is that you only need to hook them all up to power, and then you daisy chain the data out to the data in of the next LED, and you don't have this huge tangle of cables like you would if you were setting up a bunch of individual RGB LEDs and trying to address them yourself. So what I've done here is I've just taken 25 of these, and we're going to sell them in 5 packs. So I've taken 5 packs of these addressable LEDs, I've set them up in a grid, and I've just soldered all of the power legs and ground legs together, powered them with 5 volts, and then soldered the data lines through from one end to the other through all 25. And I'm just running them off of a library for the Teensy 3.1 called Octo WS2811, and I'm just running a rainbow example script on them. As you can tell, they're quite bright, and because they're individually addressable and have controllers built in, they're pretty easy to use too.
Lastly, we have a very interesting cape for the BeagleBone Black. This is the Crypto Cape. The Crypto Cape was a project and a collaboration with one of our previous hackers in residence, Josh Datko. The Crypto Cape allows you to add a hardware layer of security to your next project. It has various specialized ICs that allow you to do anything from encryption, decryption, and also authentication. This board does come with the headers pre-installed, so you will get the board just like this. The first thing to mention is the EEPROM. This board does use the EEPROM like most of the other BeagleBone capes, and the EEPROM allows it to talk directly to the BeagleBone and identify itself as a unique cape. This cape is registered with BeagleBone Black, so if you are to upload the latest image onto your BeagleBone Black, it will have the necessary drivers for this board, and that is accomplished through the EEPROM identification. The cape also has an RTC, or real-time clock module, that gives your BeagleBone Black the ability to keep track of time. This is a relatively complex board that can do just about anything you need for hardware security. We have a very detailed hookup guide that explains what each one of these different chips does and how to use it. So if you're looking to do anything with hardware security, you definitely should check out the Crypto Cape for the BeagleBone Black. These are some of the new products we have for this week. For all you cryptography people, we have the very exciting Crypto Cape. For all the Raspberry Pi fans out there, we've got the Pi Wedge for all your prototyping needs. And for the LED aficionados, we have the addressable through-hole LEDs. So go ahead and check out the rest of the new products that we have for this week at SparkFun.com, and we'll see you again next week with even more new products.